Hadley, Massachusetts. We're on the South Hadley Heritage Trail, Part 2. I'm trying to group them together by geographic area. We did one at Part 1, which is in Solly Falls, and we had, I believe, 6 stops with that one. We're going to try to get 5 out of this particular video, and you can do it any way you want to. That's the wonder. You don't have to go in order that I give you, and you can do them one day at a time, or you can group them together. And so this is to get people out there and see what's best. But we're at the Solly Canal mid portion, and the Connecticut River and Mount Tom's in front of us, and you're going to get to see that. So this is a good start for another day. So this in front of you is Connecticut River, but right to our right is the Solly Canal, and we're going to actually video only a little bit of this canal. And the canal is now off to our left-hand side. There's an entry point right immediately to our left down into the woods right there. And there's another one right here. And the canal is visible today at many points. And so this is a great place to go. And hopefully, when you come down here, you walk into there and on the extension of Canal Street and get a great view. Now, on this one, there's a lot of traveling, so we're going to pause it right now, and we're going to pick up soon thereafter. Alright, we're picking up again on our South Hadley Heritage Trail, and what we're going to find is a special house I want to show you. There's a lot of nice old homes in South Hadley, and I had a hard time just selecting one out of all those many, but I want to show you the Alvard house. It's coming up on the right. It's dark gray in color. You can see it. You can see it's well taken care of, and it's an old colonial house from about 1780s. The reason why I selected that one is because it's so well taken care of, and it's off the beaten path, and also because when I gave this heritage trail to my relatives last summer, we did all 16 stops, and our break point was McRae's Farm. So I'm going to show you McRae's Farm. You can stop in here any day. I think they close in the depth of winter, but most other days they're wide open. And McRae's Farm has animals. It has ice cream and other food. It has pumpkins and hay rides, and it's a real working farm too. But in the distance, you can see both the Mount Holyoke Range and the Mount Tom Range. To the left is Mount Holyoke Range. I mean, to the right is Mount Holyoke Range, but on the left is Mount Tom Range. And we're going to drive down this street, and we're going to go to our next stop, which is a conservation area. And what we're going to do, we'll keep the video going only for a while because it's quite beautiful right here. This is actually an official viewscape in South Hadley, both sides of the roads. It has to be kept this way by a law. It's a viewscape. Okay, now we're going to pause it. Okay, we're coming up to a view of the Mount Holyoke Range in the distance with something else on the top. We're passing by Brunel's Marina. This is a meander of the Connecticut River. And we're going to stop at one of the conservation lands of South Hadley. There's 19 such lands, and I think they added a 21 this year in the year 2023. I saw information to that effect. And we're going to stop here just as an example of one of the 20 conservation lands. This is the biggest one of all in South Hadley. It's a square mile of conservation land. Most of it was given to South Hadley by Mount Holyoke College. And you see it's a trail going around both sides. It's a great trail, and you could actually walk all the way through, especially on the one to the right, to get to the other extension of it, which is on Route 47. And if you go to the left, you can go to right up to the the Bachelor Brook, and the Bachelor Brook is an enormous brook. It's almost to the size of being a full-scale river. And what you see around here are both mountain ranges, and the gap between is the river. And then we see off to the right a little bit the row house of Mount Holyoke College, where they have all their rowing equipment, which is very expensive equipment. Okay, we're going to pause it again to get to our next stop. Okay, now we're coming up to Route 47. This time we're going to Evergreen Cemetery, and this, of course, should definitely be on the Heritage Trail, and probably the first one I put right on there, because in the very back is the old Hadley burial ground, and towards the front are old stones. And what happened there, a lot of the families showed up in 1902 during the movement and said, we want them moved into the body of Evergreen Cemetery, and that did occur. So that's a great point. And a lot of people didn't realize how many stones out in front are really from the old Hadley burial ground. But in the very, very back, there's stones all grouped together, and they're actually quite pretty to see. And so if you come here on the Heritage Trail, make sure you do a loop towards the back, but also look towards the middle. So we're not going to go all the way back there today, because I've made plenty of videos in here, and I'll make plenty more to show examples of what was moved and why and when. So hopefully you come here. And our next and last stop on this Heritage Trail that I've grouped as being the outskirts of South Hadley. So remember I told you in the beginning, there's 6 stops in a Falls tour. There's 5 stops in an outskirts tour, and 5 stops will be in the South Hadley Center tour. They're all part of the South Hadley Heritage Trail. All right. So our next one's far away. We're not going to go all the way down there at all, but we're going to travel in that direction. Our next stop is the top of Mount Holyoke, the mountain, and on the top there is a Summit House, which is in Skinner State Park. And to get there, you go to Hadley Center or Evergreen Cemetery and go on Route 47 to the northerly direction, and you're right about 2.5 miles, and then you go up the mountain road. Most people go on the side road, and they go up to the top. And during season, it's open for cars. During non-season, you can drive about a quarter way up the mountain, and then park, and then walk around a gate. And that's a very popular mountain. I've gone up there maybe about 100 times in my life, and I've gone up walking, running, bicycle riding, and in the car. And you can do the same. They're all very pleasant experiences. It is a trail, Monadnock Trail, but also has many, many, many side trails. So what we're going to do today is, since I don't have to drive all the way down there, I've done videos of going up there. What I'm going to do today is simply stop at the town garden and town athletic fields. All right, and this is actually the back of the conservation area we're just at. All right, called the Bachelor Brook Stony Brook Conservation Area, and it's both doubles as a sports field for South Hadley, and it doubles as a town garden where you can buy up plots. Right, it's a big parking lot out here, so this is good too. And there's actually a third entrance in the Stony Brook Bachelor Brook area, and you can take that and get back onto the trail system another way. Right, there's 3 ways, but mostly this is I've come out here for you to keep going and go up to the top of the mountain. We're not going to go there today. It's not fully open. All right, so thank you for coming on this outskirts portion of the Hadley Heritage Trail.